Texas is the biggest battleground state.
And in 2020,
we have the opportunity to turn our state blue
up and down the ballot.
We have the opportunity to expand access to affordable health care, finance our public schools, strengthen our economy, and take meaningful action on gun violence. There's so much more in the United States Senate.
We have the opportunity to pave the way towards a more sustainable future at the Texas Railroad Commission.
We have the opportunity
to elect judges
and the justices
who will restore fairness, equality, and balance in our courts.
We have the opportunity
to shape the political future of Texas
and repair the broken systems that disenfranchise working families in our great state.
We have the opportunity to ensure that Texans in positions of power
embrace empathy,
open minds,
and swing open the doors of possibility.
By working together
and uniting behind our shared vision of a more inclusive world,
we will win back our state.
We will win because we have to.
We have to put an end to the hate, the lack of access, and the suffering.
We have to deliver on the fair shot that every Texan deserves.
Our cause,
our movement,
is about the restoration of justice and the expansion of opportunity.
None of this can be accomplished unless we work together.
In order to bring lasting change to Texas,
we must work alongside every down ballot candidate, every activist, and every Texas Democrat
to continue building the largest democratic movement our state has ever seen.
We're asking you to be a part of this historic fight.
Together, we will create a Texas that we can all believe and thrive in.
Together, we will save Texas and in turn, save the entire country.
Join us.
Join us.
Hi, y'all, and welcome to Training Tuesday. I'm Hannah Beck, the Deputy Ops Director of the Texas Democratic Party. To start us off, I want to tell y'all about my voting experience. I voted early last week at a community center in Austin. I went to go meet my friend Shamanti, who's our digital director, who y'all probably know as well. And it was super, super easy. It was really fun. It was really empowering. Even though we were there early in the morning, to walk out of the polling site and have just voted was a really incredible feeling. And it was a great excuse to have tacos and coffee with a dear friend of mine as well. Brigitte, what about you? Do you want to introduce yourself and talk about your voting plan?
Yeah. Hey, I'm Brigitte, and I am the Ops Administrator here at Texas Democrats. So I actually have not voted yet, but it is a part of my plan to go voting next week. And, I'm probably going to get coffee beforehand. And I definitely found my polling location at mytexasvotes.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks for doing this with me. So we are some of the folks at the party who get asked a lot of questions about people joining our movement or engaging in the work, and especially now with early voting going on. So today we are going to walk you through some of the questions that we are frequently asked, especially during early vote. So Bridgette's going to kick it off.
Yeah, for sure. So firstly, everyone is calling us and asking when and where they can vote. Hannah, where can folks go to find more information about their closest polling location?
Thank you so much for that. So we are going to walk through making a voting plan on mytexasvotes.com. And I'm going to pause for a sec while our content director pulls up the screen. Thank you, Hannah. So this is mytexasvotes.com. It's a wonderful website that is super easy to use and really gives you sort of the specific information that you're going to need. So Hannah, let's go ahead and use the address 6904 North Loop 1604 West. And the zip code is 78249. This is the address of my dorm my freshman year at UTSA, so I am intimately familiar with this location. And while it loads, oh, there we go. So the wonderful thing about this website is that when you put in the address, you put in where you're registered, and you're looking for places that you can go vote early or even on election day, you're going to come back with 20 different options for your closest polling sites. So you can see that this is the first one that comes up because it is the closest. There is a polling site at UTSA. So if you put in an address of UTSA, that's the first thing you're going to get. But then you'll start seeing the libraries, your schools around that location, and it'll show you how far they are as well. So like I voted at John Igo Library before. I don't think I voted at Toledo City Hall before, but it'll show you sort of the closest ones and help you map out what is easiest, what makes sense for you. I think it's pretty easy to squeeze in voting on your way to or from some errands or work or something like that. And then Hannah, if you'll scroll down, you can see the voting dates and times, which always start with the most recent ones. It's super important that you visit mytexasvotes.com to get this information, because I know oftentimes folks are using sort of larger national websites or something like that to try to figure out what their polling place is. But the truth is that all of this is really specific to the county that you live in, and all of this information can vary. So you want to be sure that you're using mytexasvotes.com because it's your local sort of centralized source for all of this information. And you can see it's giving you the voting dates and times for every day through the election, so that if you're not able to go vote today, but you want to see what polling place you can go to in a couple of days, it'll give you that as well. And then lastly, you can see the Texas requirements for photo ID. And so if you have any questions about what forms of ID are acceptable, you can click on this link, and it'll show you all the different types of identification that you can bring with you to your polling site. I brought my driver's license, was super easy, was able to vote really, really quickly, but you can see a lot of other forms as well. So definitely recommend that folks use this website, and please make a plan to vote and do so early. The lines are definitely shorter during early vote, so you can get in and out of your polling place really quickly. And so it's super important that you make this plan and that you're able to execute on it. And then I want to plug a site that we just launched as well. Hannah, can you take us to texasballot.org or txballot.org? It's actually just the TX. I don't know if there's a redirect. Thanks. I was so excited when we launched this because I helped my parents figure out how to vote by mail this year. And they kept sort of asking me, how am I going to know, that my ballot has been processed, that it's received, that it's recorded, et cetera. And so when we launched this website, I got really excited because I was able to put in their information and confirm that their mail-in ballots were received. I sent it to friends. I have a friend who's in New York City right now, and he is able to use this website as well to confirm that their county has received his ballot. So you can see it's super easy. You can use your voter ID number if you know what that is, but if you don't, you can just use your name in your county, which is how I was able to search for my parents and confirm that their ballot was received. Which is news that they were delighted to get as well. So highly recommend that you use this website. Please share it with your friends. If you have folks who are voting by mail, it's really important that they know that they've sort of finished the process and followed through on the voting. So please share this. Again, it's txballot.org. So Brigitte, now that we know how and where to vote, I know lots of folks are asking where they can find more information on candidates who are running in their district. What do you recommend to folks who call in with that question?
Yeah, for sure. So Mytexasvotes is the best way to get information on who is on your ballot. So what you're going to do is you're going to log onto the site and click on the tab that says who is on my ballot, which you can see is in the right bottom or mid-right corner. There you can enter your address and you can see all of the amazing candidates or Democratic candidates that will be on your ballot. If you're unfamiliar with some of these folks, please, feel free to reach out and look at their websites. And also you can see here that you can pick several different languages as well.
I'm excited to see the folks representing UTSA. It's been a while. Thank you, Hannah, for this demo. So here are all the folks who are on your ballot if you're voting from the UTSA dorm that I used to live in, starting at the top, of course, with Joe Biden, MJ running for Senate, Congressman Castro, and sort of all the way down, you can see the slate of candidates, which is really exciting. I know that I always had trouble when I was in college trying to figure this out because we have so many statewide, regional, local, countywide, everything happening, sort of at once. And so I think this is a really great resource for folks to use. Next question, Brigitte, we have had a ton of people calling. I have fielded so many calls about this because they want to show their support for Democratic candidates in their neighborhoods. So where do you suggest that folks go if they're trying to get a yard sign?
Yeah. So, the best place that you should reach out to for yard signs would definitely be your county party, especially, since they will have the most up-to-date information and they can give you like their hours of operation and different locations, where you can pick those up.
Awesome. Thanks. And I happen to know that you're wearing my favorite shirt that you own. Can you tell folks about that shirt and where they can buy it?
Yes, I got this at store.txdemocrats.org, and it came here super quickly.
That is the definition of a shameless plug, but I really do love that shirt and I genuinely want to buy one. So I need to get on that pretty quickly. Awesome. So that's it for today. A lot of folks ask us really personalized sort of voting questions, and they'll call us needing information about a specific situation that they're in. So they're trying to navigate sort of something that's unique to them or their family and figure out what the best voting plan is. I have a friend who had, for example, just moved, and they were asking me, if we're moving on this date, do we change our address? Sort of how do we navigate through that in a really specific situation? But I told them, and I tell everybody else, the best thing to do is actually call our voter assistance hotline, which is where all of the experts are who can help you navigate any sort of very specific situation you have. They will help you from sort of the beginning of the process all the way to the end of it. It's a great, great resource for folks, people who want to help you figure out how you can vote in the way that makes sense for you and your family. So if you have any additional questions, please feel free to call the voter assistance hotline. It is 844-TX-VOTES is how you reach them. And you can find that number on our website as well if you're looking for it. So I think that's it for today. Thank you again for tuning in for another Training Tuesday. Thank you, Brigitte, for joining me for your first Training Tuesday.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. And to the folks watching, we appreciate it. Remember to go vote, visit mytexasvotes.com, and we will see y'all at the polls. Thanks.